about the Marvel universe. I can only hope that somebody asks in this like, what about the giant man in the ocean? What are we going to be doing? Does that fall under environmental law, international law, space law? What is that? Because not since the Eternals has anybody mentioned the giant man in the ocean. So I
Does
can only
damage
hope.
control show up? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
are they?
Well, it's in international waters. It's really not our deal. But yeah, that sort of thing.
If he mentioned Mephisto, that's it. That's
Yeah,
the show
exactly.
for me.
Yeah, that is interesting. That how we've kind of gotten away from people thinking that Mephisto is the evil baddie lurking in the shadows, and now we've got all sorts. It's opened itself up to all sorts.
My favorite was before Loki even came out. They said it's not Mephisto
Yeah, exactly.
because
I
that
think
first
also
scene had
so-
the devil-looking character in it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Ruto asks, will Abomination have a different persona? Emil Blonsky was kind of a dick to begin with, so he just became more dickish. So I don't know that is a thing. I can't say, uh, like I don't remember if Red Hulk is a different person. I think it's the. Oh, I think maybe it's because I thought it was just specific to Bruce Banner because of his personal trauma growing up and being picked on as a kid and all that sort of stuff. That he just even before the Hulk, he kind of made this, you know, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of thing, and he just tried to be the good guy, tried to be the smart kid, and all the pain and the suffering that he ever endured from the abuse from his father to his colleagues to the other people at school, he just buried deep down inside of him. He just really just wanted to be the smart kid, and just the Hulk thing just like let it all out. But he really, I think he actually has that kind of condition inside of him, and they kind of like touch on that as well because
In Avengers.
this episode, Jen She-Hulk, she's perfectly fine. There's that really cute scene when she transforms, and he's like, "Whoa, hang on, just calm down." She asks him, "Why are you talking to me like a stray horse?"
Yeah.
And it's like, you're fine. It's like, yeah, of course I'm fine. It's like, yeah, this is what it is. It's like, and so yeah, I think that does it. Like, I thought that actually kind of like put the focus back on the Hulk, and Bruce Banner. It's like, yeah, buddy, I think that you've got other
Some
problems
issues.
that other people don't have.
Like, what was the like? I love the Avengers thing. It's like, are you an alien? No.
Yeah.
Then, son, you've got a condition.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Edwards was saying, I thought the fourth wall breaking worked really well. Curious to see how much they do it in the future episodes. Tatiana Maslany is so charming. She really is.
Yeah.
I think that she has, definitely put her kind of own spin on things. There is something very, I've seen her in Orphan Black, so I'm kind of like, and she does, so many different characters in that show. But there is something very, like, it's got her thumbprint already on it. I feel that she's got her own idea of what Jen Walters' She-Hulk is going to be like. And then Ruitu goes, the MCU Hulk formula was based on Captain America's super soldier serum. That might be what enhances the inner self. Possibly, yeah. It makes you more of it and everything. So
Yeah.
that's it too. Lee, what did you think?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, like Brian said, it was very funny. I was laughing quite often.
Yeah.
I will admit the hardest laugh and the longest came from that after credit scene.
Oh yeah, no,
Because it was very much like all the Reddit and YouTube posts where everybody's just fan theorying things up, and she's sitting there talking with her cousin. Yeah, she's sitting there talking with her cousin, and it turns out she's just pretending to be drunk
right, exactly. Normal,
to get the information from him that she wanted. And
Just set them up. Oh yeah, because that's the thing. She is very smart.
Yeah.
Like you said, like she is very lawyerly. She is and very intelligent that way. And I think that that's where whereas Bruce Banner is a super scientist, Jen Walters just knows people. She is a lawyer, through and through. She knows how to work people. She knows how to talk to people. She knows, and the Hulk even calls it out. It's like, oh, you're gonna insult me and you apologize and double down on your insult.
How very lawyerly of you.
Yeah, very, very lawyerly of you. And so she is. Also, classically, it actually has a connection to real world, whereas like Reed Richards and Peter Parker go to Empire State University. Jennifer Walters is actually a graduate of the UCLA Law School. You know, for a long time they have had her as an honorary member. I have a friend who graduated from UCLA Law, and she goes, yeah, who is this, you know, Jen Walters character? You know, it's like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, there's like a poster of her and all this other stuff at the, you know, at there. It's like, oh my God, that's right. And it's like, I didn't make the connection. So it's like, yeah, no, she is a character in Marvel, and she is a lawyer, and yes, she, you know, fictionally has graduated from UCLA Law. So, and it is kind of neat that this will take mostly a place mostly looks like on the West Coast. So
Yeah.
maybe this leads into West Coast Avengers,
Think-
or just the Avengers
Oh.
relocating to the West Coast.
Well, I was thinking, you know, if nothing else, it solves the Spider-Man 16 problem.
Uh-huh.
So, which also was funny because it was the Spider-Man 16 thing was also the Youngblood Brigade problem, where all the superhero teams were located in New York,
Yeah.
and
Well,
so
again,
it's every time something happened in New York, like dozens of superheroes would show up,
Yeah.
and then they had to come up with some excuse why to have a team up with Spider-Man and X-Force, because X-Force was on the West Coast and Spider-Man is in New York, and he's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, not the global Spider-Man. So it was funny that they basically said, yeah, all the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and the Avengers are currently off planet doing something.
Yeah. So it's up to the rest of us.
So they had to bring the X-Force in from the West Coast to help.
There was a Spider-Man title. It really was. It was essentially a Spider-Man title, but it was called Marvel Team Up for people who, you know. But it is a Spider-Man book. But it is just Spider-Man with the guest superhero du jour, you know, who gets to go on an adventure with Spider-Man. And they talk about that. He would often there was more than one story where